Robert Downey Jr. just said the last 8 minutes of Avengers Endgame might be the best in the MCU. I mean, what could that mean?
It's like the news, but for nerds. Subscribe so you never miss an episode.
Today's shout out goes to Elliot Lars Olsen. Indeed, Black Widow's alias was Natalie Rushman in Iron Man 2. We will do another nerd card question at the end of this video. What's up, everybody? Happy Friday to you. I'm, of course, Josh, and this is the Den of Nerds. And right away, I need to issue a spoiler warning, not for this video, which will be spoiler free, but for the comment section. We've opened comments back up, but there's still a lot of trolls out there, guys. Be careful when you're in the comment section. I was like scrolling through to find someone for the nerd card shout out, and I was like kind of like doing one of these. Next bit of business, I want to start announcing our plans for Fan Chat Lives after Avengers Endgame. So what I have decided is Friday, April 26th, after that Thursday night screening when a lot of Marvel fans will check out the film, we will go live at noon and do a spoiler discussion. Now, if you don't see the movie Thursday night, don't worry, because Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will do another spoiler Fan Chat Live all about Avengers Endgame. So if you're seeing it opening weekend, you can come to the live stream Monday night. If you see it Thursday night, come hang out at noon on Friday. All right, so let's get into this crazy news. You probably heard about this. Maybe some articles and things popped up for you yesterday, but late yesterday, RDJ himself, Robert Downey Jr., let it be known that the last 8 minutes of Avengers Endgame are, in his opinion, some of the best, if not the best stuff in the entire MCU. Here's exactly what he said right here. The last 8 minutes of that movie are maybe the best 8 minutes of the entire history of the whole run of them in a way, because everyone's involved. So I was delighted. Also, Downey went on to say this about the Tony Stark character at the start of Endgame. He said he's recognizing that he should have his eyes on the long game here. So I guess there's a different set of principles that he is operating by than he has before. And I think a lot of that has been the burgeoning effect of all of these Avengers and seeing how much they've put on the line. Okay, so the last 8 minutes of Avengers Endgame, he's saying are like the best in the MCU, and it's because everybody's involved, and he just thinks that's amazing. Now, we've actually heard about this scene before. Several actors and actresses have talked about this thing, about how crazy it was to look around in one scene and see all these different actors and characters in one spot. And we think it'll go down as one of the craziest things in cinema, just from a logistical standpoint, to get all of these actors and characters in one setting. Now, our best guess on what this scene is, and again, this is spoiler free. I haven't even seen the spoiler post. This is all based on speculation before last week. And what we always thought was this was either going to be Tony Stark's wedding or the funeral for some Avengers, maybe a lot of Avengers, including maybe Tony Stark and Captain America. And just for the record, I'm like a 99% sure that Cap is gonna die, and I'm 90% sure that Tony's gonna die as well. So that's kind of what's going on in the thumbnail. I think they both might die, which would be really crazy, and then you have sort of this crazy funeral for these fallen Avengers with all these other characters. However, if Tony doesn't die, I think the wedding is a very good bet. And the more I think about it, I'm actually starting to think, because it's 8 minutes long, that this scene is more like an epilogue. It could be an epilogue that includes both the funeral for Captain America and maybe other Avengers and the wedding for Tony Stark, sort of showing the gloom but also the amazing parts of what has happened so far in the Infinity Saga. In fact, if I had to guess, I really think it would work best if Robert Downey Jr. voice-overed this entire epilogue. I mean, especially if he rides off into the sunset and retires and just starts his family with Pepper after the events of Endgame, it would make sense to have a long scene where Robert Downey Jr. is just talking about all of the events and how things are tying up. Epilogues can work very, very good, and considering that this is all the Infinity Saga and it all began with Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man, I think it's only fitting that you do an epilogue with him. Either way, I expect this scene to be absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, I know as soon as he said this yesterday, like every Marvel fan was like, oh my God, I can't wait to see what this last 8 minutes is. And I think epilogue is the way to go, but I'm really curious about what you guys think this is. So let me know in the comment section, what do you think this scene is? And please, no spoilers. If you've seen the spoiler stuff, just don't comment that. So let us know what you think this last scene is. Are we gonna be crying? Are we gonna be laughing? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. All right, now let's check the nerd card. Before we get out of here, I wanna know how close you've been paying attention to the rumor mill. What movie franchise from the Infinity Saga of the MCU is rumored to have a 4th film in development right now? What film franchise is it? Answer that question in the comment section below. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.